Long story apparently takes 2 parts. Okay, here we go. Onward. So, my brother is continuing to abuse me. But when we moved into the house, his attitude and actions completely changed. He became incredibly violent. He would just beat me up for no reason. He broke my nose with a metal pipe. It became much more, I hate to use the word, but sadistic, really. And this continued on and off, depending on what was going on with my little brother, because he was bouncing back and forth between my mom's house and his father's house. What was going on with me in schooling, my mom and boyfriends, it would just depend how many, if there was a time when my mom didn't have a boyfriend and she was working and we were at home and it was him and me taking care of my little brother, or just him and me, it'd be going on. If she had a boyfriend and she wasn't working, or whatever, where there was more than one adult, so there was very rare times when he and I would not, would be alone, but otherwise we weren't. During those times it would stop. And I hate my brother. I'm going to tell you that right now. I hate my older brother with a passion. There are days I would seriously like to repay the pain that he has given me in spades. I know it wouldn't do any good. It probably wouldn't make me feel any better. I'd still hate him, and hate is a very ugly word, and I do not like to use it, and yet that's still how I feel. There are, all through that time period, good things and good memories that I hold of him, of things that happened, things we did as a family, and even things that we did just he and I that had nothing to do with the abuse, that were good times. When I look at him and go, yes, that is my brother, that's the brother I would have wanted all the time. When I got to be 14, yeah, you can do the math. I'm not. I don't want to think about the math. I know the math. When I got to be 14, I was dating a boy who was being physically abused by his mom. And so me and him began this point counterpoint production effort to get each other to stop their abuse. And so a normal conversation between the two of us on this point would start with him telling me, you really are stronger than you think you are. You need to stand up to your brother and make him stop molesting you. You need to do something. You need to tell your mom. You need to beat the crap out of him. You can make him stop, and you need to do so. And I would turn around and say, your mom's small. I mean, she's small compared to us at 12 and 13. She's weak. She's your mom. I know she's your mom and you respect her, but you got to stop her from hitting you. If that means telling her, or not allowing her to, or having to physically restrain her, you need to stop her from hitting you. And it would go back and forth, well, you can do it. Well, you can do it. No, you can do it. No, you can do it. You first. No, you first. And we argued like that for months. And it's not that I didn't want what was going on at home to stop. By that point, I had reached this point of, I'm 14, he's 18. He's going to leave home. That's how it's going to stop. That's how I'm going to get out of hell, is he's going to leave home. And all this time, ever since I was 8 or 9 and ran back into Shadow Wolf and learned how to basically astral my mind out of my body, I had been living in this mostly mechanical state pretty much 24/7 since then. If I wasn't at home, I would come back, but it was hard after a while to feel to feel at all. And I say I have a boyfriend, or I had a boyfriend, and I can't say I didn't care about him, but adversely, it was this weird kind of required distant kind of love. And I hate to admit this, but I wasn't faithful to him, and that was part of the reason why, is because I didn't really feel it. I did feel something, but and it was love, but it's not like the love I feel now. So after going back and forth for a while, and the stuff with my brother had been kind of quiet for a year or so. Well, no. Yeah, no, 6 months, because it kind of died off when I started dating him. And one day, I'd been having a real crap day at school. I had a whole ton of homework. And my mom and me had been fighting that weekend about my boyfriend. And it was Monday. I came home from school, and my brother decided he wanted to start something. And I had just reached that point of critical mass. I couldn't take it anymore. And I lashed out. I yelled. I fought with him, and I came very close to stabbing him with a butcher knife. I missed him by about half an inch, and only because he was 6'2" and I'm 5'8". Or I'd have caught him and stabbed him square in the eye. Or the back of the head. I didn't really care where. At that point, after that, everything with him stopped. He would barely talk to me. He wouldn't be alone in the same room with me, which was fine with me. And I felt this sense of relief. But and I came back into my body, and I kind of dropped the walk. Yet I still had this massive wall. Just this huge, massive edifice between me and the world. I mean, it really felt, and it still does in some key component places. Thus the weight that I'm distant from the world. I feel, I love, I hate, I have joy, I have passion, I have sorrow. And it hurts now a lot more than it used to. But there's still that distance there, a little bit of distance there. But my main problem is now here in my head. There's this continuous background of I'm worthless, I'm no good, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, and that I have to do something drastic to protect myself from him, or he's gonna come back and get me. And so that is what part of Shadow Wolf passing away, although it was a problem before that, and I've been kind of looking for a solution for a while, has brought this even up more to a head of I'm real old now. Well, I'm not real old. Well, I feel old. I feel really old. I feel a lot older than I really am. That I want this solved and done. I just want to be over it. I want to heal to the point of where the idea of forgiving him isn't ludicrous or makes me angry. Yes, I'm gonna forgive him, and he's gonna get away from that. So thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a nice evening.